Hello lovely souls, welcome. My name is Samantha James. Welcome to my channel. How are you? If you are new here, hello, hi. If you are returning, welcome back. Today we have a pick a card that you guys voted on, and it is gonna be, is this connection all in your head? We're gonna figure out what the fuck's going on. Is it real? Is it your person not expressing themselves and you being a very intuitive being and you kind of know it? Or are there a bunch of mixed messages because we're watching too much tarot videos? And yes, I'm calling you out, but it depends on what your pile is. Also, if you want to see me pre-shuffle these cards and just talk about a bunch of random stuff and go through this new album that came out, then that is, you know, forward. So that is over there. If you want to skip through it, I don't blame you. I'm just a Gemini talking my ass off. But some of you guys requested to see me pre-shuffle the cards and also wanted to get to know me a little more. I'm a very casual person, but on YouTube, I tend to edit and formalize everything because I really just care about putting out the answer for you guys. And then if you have not purchased an extended from me, then you might not know how like ridiculously casual I really am. So I thought I'd give this a try with the pre-shuffle thing. If we like it, we can continue it. If it's retarded, let me know. But I just wanted to give you that chance to kind of like let's just talk, let's get to know each other, that kind of thing. So that is, you know, just keep on watching if that's something you're interested in. If not, you can find your timestamps down below at pile number 1 with the pink opal, pile number 2 with the rose quartz, and pile number 3 with pink opal again, because it's my favorite crystal and I have a million different versions of them. That is linked down below, and you will have the option to extend this reading. In the meantime, I will see you guys all at your reading. Hello, lovely souls. How are you? Welcome. So I never do this ever in the history of my channel, like ever, but I am gonna pre-shuffle in front of the camera because it takes me so long to pre-shuffle anyway. I have so many cards for this reading, and I thought, you know what, why not pre-shuffle, talk some shit, listen to some music, and if you guys want to join, you can join. If you want to skip ahead, you can skip ahead. It's not a big deal. But I just feel like I never get a chance to be just personal with you guys. I feel like I polish a lot of things and I make sure that the reading and everything is always about you guys, which is my absolute intention. But a lot of you message me and you're like, let's talk, like I want to get to know you. And I'm like, okay, well, I am not that exciting. But if I pre-shuffle, I'm sure my Gemini ass self will find something to talk about. I also am going to play this new album by Casey Musgrave, so we'll kind of like flip through the album and see what we think about it and whatever, just stupid stuff. But in the meantime, I am going to pre-shuffle. So this reading, this pick a card, is going to be, is this connection all in your head? Which is a really great question. You guys voted on this. If you guys have not seen my polls, make sure that you are subscribed and hit that bell notification, because I do love to get your input and I ask a lot of questions as far as what you want to see next. And that really helps me kind of place the order of these readings. But is this connection all in your head? Because when you are so connected to someone spiritually or connected to the spiritual world, you tend to like, it could go either way. It could be that this person is very silent and not expressing their feelings, and it feels like it's all in your fucking head, but you're an intuitive being and you can feel that they're into you. And then the other goes that you're just too close to the situation, that maybe maybe there's mixed messages from other tarot card readers and you're just kind of looking too into it. So this is a really good question. We have pile number 1 with the pink opal, which you already knew because you saw the first selection of this. We have pile number 2 with the rose quartz, and pile number 3 with pink opal again, which is really my favorite stone ever. All right, so we are gonna pre-shuffle. I broke a nail, heads up, and it hurt so bad if you can't tell. I was like in the creek and my dog stepped on me. So there you go. But they need to be done. They're really bad. Actually, this is what I'm gonna, so this is part of, we're gonna just talk. Actually, like what I'm gonna do is, I think that I'm gonna take my nails off, which is like a big deal for me because I've never done that ever. Like I've never taken a break. I mean, I guess I had to during like the pandemic, like peak pandemic, like no nail salons were open type thing, but I'm gonna do like these really cool stick-on nails from Etsy because like I'm just, who else is with me? Like comment down below if you're with me and you're sick and tired of paying like $100 for a full set. Like back in my day, and I've been doing this for a while, bruh, like it was like $40 for a fill, maybe less with gel. And then like if you wanted a full set, like okay, like a design, like $60, you know? And like if we're being really fancy, 70. But now these bitches be like, oh, 120, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, 120, huh? I'm like, well, there goes your motherfucking tip, bitch. No, I'm kidding. But then you have to tip them, and it's like, I just want what I want. I want to live my life. I want fucking designs, and I don't want to pay that much anyway. So I found some really cool stick-ons on Etsy for like 20 bucks, bitch. And they're everything that I could want and need in life. So I'm taking a break from the nail salon world, and we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. Okay, so before I get into the pre-shuffling, I wanted to talk about this new album by Casey Musgraves. She's all right. I don't know what genre she falls into anymore. I thought she was country. I'm not the biggest country fan. I try to be. I think it's cute. It's cute. It's I think she's trying to do pop. I don't know what she's having, like a different, like a transitional identity crisis. Anyway, people have been talking about it, and I want to give it a try. So we're going to listen to it together, starting from the top, which is called Star-Crossed. It's on my Alexa, so I hope you guys can hear it. I'm gonna probably turn it up. This sounds good. All right, so pile number 1 is this connection all in your head. So I might do things differently than other tarot card readers. Well, that doesn't belong in there. I don't know. I don't really watch other people, and it's not that they aren't worth watching. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm at a different phase in my life. Like I'm a little more self-assured. I'm a little more on point with my own readings. Like I used to not be able to read for myself for shit, and I had all these questions, but I'm like getting married, and you know, we have a lot of really cool things coming up in our marriage that I'll talk about when the time is right. And you know, everything is solid. Like I don't have that many questions, so I don't feel the need to watch tarot card readers. But my point, since I always have to get to the point here, is I don't know how people pre-shuffle. I don't know if they like just do all the decks one by one, but because this deck is out, I'm gonna do all 3 piles. So is this connection in your head? So what's up with everyone? How is everyone doing? This is a very interesting thing for me to do. I never do like these pre-shuffling, super casual talks, but if you guys like it, I'll continue to do it. I have so much I could say to you guys. And then I'm also like, do I reveal the cards? But what's new? What's new? Okay, so I've been like following this case. The what's it called? It's like on my YouTube. I can see it right now. What's her name? Her name's like something cute. Like Gabby Petito or some shit like that. Gabby Petito case. Oh my God, like what the fuck? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up on YouTube. Try to watch any news station other than Fox because they're really dramatic with it. And just look into it, but it's a really interesting case. I guess it's not that interesting, but I love these sorts of things. Like I'm the one that listens to like Unexplained or like murder mysteries, like in my free time. Like that's my shindig. But this couple went to Wyoming as a vacation type thing, and the guy came back to Florida where they're from without her, and then didn't even report her missing for 10 fucking days. What? 10 days went by, bruh. Like crazy shit, you know? So then obviously people are like, what happened? And so the police and everyone were searching like you know, all of Wyoming, I guess they went to a national park and they were just searching and searching and searching and searching. And they gave up on the search because a lot of it was underwater and it's really swamped, which is like a commentary on global warming and how like everything is kind of in reverse. Like, I think the best way to talk about the effects of global warming, and here's like a side tangent that we're going down, is that it's not that the world is exploding, although it technically is, but it's that weather that was normal to a place is no longer there, and normal that was not normal to a place is there. So for example, Texas this year, all I can speak on is what I know, got ridiculous amounts of rain. I mean, floods. Like, what? In summer, Texas, really? Like, really? And I look outside and everything is falling off the trees, which is unusual for, like, yes, it's fall. We literally, today is fall, but we're a little early. Everything is already pretty much bare, and it's just interesting. And then the snowstorm, not to mention that, and all that craziness. So, and then, you know, where there was rain in a normal state is no longer, like, they're dry, they're a drought. So it's very, very interesting, to say the least. Is this connection on your head? Group number 2. Anyway, what was my point? My point was, it kind of gave up on the search. Whether the weather is a real excuse or they're just incompetent, we may never know, until TikTokers started to track down this couple and their whereabouts, and other TikTokers were in Wyoming at the time, and like, I don't know, but it's just so funny because TikTokers are the ones that were like, no, they like try and look in this area and look in this area, and so they found her body, like they found her remains, you guys, and then all of a sudden the guy is missing, like he's just gone. Like, okay, so it's declared like a homicide, and I've just been following it. I think it's really fascinating, but also very sad. I mean, I feel really awful for her family, like, my gosh, and her. I mean, ugh, what a way to die, like in Wyoming of all places, Jesus. Anyway, so what else do I got? I'm like, I can feel people clicking off. They're just like, shut the fuck up. What else is new? The holidays are coming up. I love Halloween, and I'm gonna be doing some really cool Halloween specials, and by cool I mean punny as fuck, and I say fuck with a PH. No, seriously, I'm so excited to do these thematic October videos just because I'm like a hype queen when it comes to Halloween. What are you guys gonna be for Halloween? Let me know in the comment section down below. I don't have many options because my baby is gonna be traveling, so it's just me and my dog. But my dog, funny story, is really not a real dog. He acts like a cat, and I do think he was a cat in his last life of sorts, maybe a wild cat, like a puma or something. But I was gonna dress him up as a black cat, and it's funny because he's blonde lab, so it's very opposite of what he really is, but it's not. But it is, but it's not. So there's that. That's kind of what's in the works for me. I have a really cool announcement coming in October as well, which I'm nervous about, but excited about, but nervous about, but excited. And it will explain a lot of my bullshit and why I've been, you know, sometimes I go live, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I post a lot, sometimes I don't. It will explain all of it. Okay, why is this connection on your head? Group number 1. Why is this connection on your head? Group number 2. I'm just intuitively grabbing what I think I should grab. There's no real science or method to this madness. All right. Yeah, so, but I take, you know, as you can see, I'm out here bullshitting, taking forever to shuffle these cards. And if you guys really like this, I will do this. And then if you guys really are curious, I will be like, this deck is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Like, I'll tell you what decks I'm using, but it's just all dependent on what you guys want to see. I'm not trying to like force you to watch dumb shit, you know? There's enough of that. There's enough TikTokers. What else? How many subjects can a Gemini blow through in 3 minutes? Let's see. Did anyone watch the awards? I didn't. I have nothing to say about that. I mean, I know what's new with me, but I don't want to just like talk about myself because that's kind of like, hello, hi guys, I'm so important. Let's talk about me. Is this connection on your head? Is this connection on your head? Well, I guess also there's some really cool, like I haven't been watching any tarot videos on YouTube, but there's some really cool new readers emerging and I love to see it. I love to see it. And then I love to see my people that have been, you know, on YouTube, but from the top of my head, love to, there's this tarot reader, go follow her. Her name is White Feather Tarot. I love her. I think she is awesome. There's the OGs that have been there, you know, like the Tarot Priest and White Rose Guidance and Soul Whispers Tarot. I really love Alice Love Exist Visions, but I've been following her for years, so she's more OG style, you know, but oh gosh, golly. But yeah, okay, group number 3, like lots of energy. I wonder which ones you guys, if you're already drawn to a pile. I also have like a wish list of decks. I always make these wish lists with the intention of, you know, myself going down the line and like buying them for myself, but sometimes money is tight and sometimes it's just not, like, you know, sometimes, I don't know, maybe if we go into Libra season, it'll be more purchases than there was in Virgo season for myself, but I swear to God, like in Leo season, and this is what's so funny, in Leo season, it was like every day, like package for Samantha, like at my place. And Virgo season, nothing. Like I was so meticulous about like my spending and everything. And now that we're on the cusp, we just entered Libra season. I wonder if that's gonna change. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, online purchases, woo, shoes, yeah. But anyway, if you guys wanted to gift me a deck, I would love to gift you a reading in return. And the readings would be on my live stream. Of course, you don't have to be there like at the moment that I'm going live, because it will always be on my channel and I will always announce when you are on. Man, these cards are slippery. But that is linked down below. It's my Amazon wish list. If you guys could help me out with some of the things that I'm already gonna get myself, but you know, there's so many new decks. Moonology deck, Yasmin Boland is coming out with a Moonology sequel deck, like a new one, mid-October. I wanna pre-order that, I'm excited. And then, you know, because of spooky season, there's so many cool kind of like decks that I want to get for the thematic Halloween videos I'm going to do. So it's always nice to receive them. If you guys wanted to gift them, totally optional, obviously. But in return, let me give you something. I want to give you a reading. So to know more about that, that's linked down below. What else? Okay, any like TV shows or anything you guys have been watching? I just recently got Apple TV and I've been watching The Morning Show, which is really good. Really good. So I'm pulling some mindful messages. This is just gonna be the cherry on top, but we are pretty much done here. And then I'm not gonna pre-shuffle your tarot, but the tarot that we are using is the vice versa tarot. And this is super cool because I've only done this in one video prior. You guys might have seen it, you might not have, but they're both sides. So this is the Five of Pentacles on one side, Five of Pentacles on the other side. This is the Lovers on one side, the Lovers on the other side. Ooh, it is twisted, it's dark, I love it. So we're gonna use that to kind of like determine if this is all in your head. Anyway, these are your piles. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I love you, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome. If you chose the pink opal, this is for you. If you guys skipped ahead my card shuffling, I do not blame you, but I did rant about how I have a broken nail and the nail industry is coming for our neck. I mean, honestly, who the fuck wants to pay $100+ for a full set with gel and a design? Like, let me live my life. Let me have my choice without, you know, breaking the bank. All right, so let's get into it. Pink opal, group number 1. Is this connection all in your head? You will have the option to extend. Let's go. What do I even start with? So I have all this oracle for you, and I guess we'll start with this. And then we are gonna pull from the tarot, and the tarot is the vice versa tarot. If you don't know what that is, it's super freaking cool. So this is the Lovers, and this is the Lovers. So whatever way it lands is what it's gonna be. And there's a deeper, darker meaning to everything. All right. So we have rejoice and celebration. Crown chakra in reverse for some reason, but I'm gonna keep it. Victory and success in reverse. Do I read reversals with the oracle? Or is that gonna make my life complicated? I think I'm gonna just not. Okay, we have crown chakra, victory and success, angel of love, 4th chakra, archangel Raphael. We have community. I'm like, where are we in frame? Give me a sec. Da, 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 da. All right, this computer is just so bulky. Okay, we're in frame, cool. All right, we have the fates. And pay attention to the numbers. I don't want to like say them out loud. I think it's super annoying. Like when I hear myself like number 38, number 7, bingo. But some of you guys will pay attention to the numbers. I had one comment be like, the order of this is the year this happened. And I was like, what? So super cool shit like that. Milk and honey, not a fairy, magic. Not a demon, desire. We have abundance. We have release. Also, if you did see me pre-shuffle the cards, you know that I was so busy just talking that, you know, whatever cards came out, I don't even really look at them. They are meant for you, I truly believe. Protection. We have water. We have Jupiter. We have passion. Let go of control issues and doing our best for our mindful message. Let me get this all in frame. Cool. Okay, nice. Let's hope the camera stays there. If it moves a little, I really apologize in advance. Anyone who is annoyed by it, just know that I am 10 times more annoyed. Okay, group number 1. Is this connection in your head? No. Nah. I'm not going to leave you on a cliffhanger. I hate when tarot readers do that. Not that I have any good examples of that, but just I feel like it happens maybe in general. Like you leave the answer till the end and it's like, give me the answer. No, this connection is not in your head. It's complicated, but it's not in your head. Now, let me soak it in. I mean, it's a definite no, but like, why is it complicated? Because that crown chakra did want to come out in reverse, like, let's be honest here. And maybe victory and success wanted to come out in reverse, which it's not going to be. There is going to be victory and success here, which we'll talk about as well. But it's like something is blocked in your intuition about the connection. Like maybe you're blocked and in general, like with everything, or you're feeling that way. And so to decipher what is real and what is not in regards to this connection, in regards to your own life and different personal endeavors is very difficult right now. But that doesn't mean that it is not going to be what it really is. Does that make any sense? Because, okay, let me give you an example. Sometimes when we feel blocked in one area, it translates to all areas. Like maybe we're just not selecting the right piles in tarot videos. Maybe we are blocked abundantly and then we feel blocked intuitively and then we feel blocked in reading a situation and on a usual basis, like a normal day, we're really good at that stuff. So sometimes that happens. So maybe you're going through like a moment of self-doubt about the connection. I don't know why. I mean, I have to pull tarot, but maybe there is distance. Maybe it's long distance and maybe there's a separation. So there's a lot of guesstimating, or there's a lot of relying on your feelings and your intuition to understand the connection. And when that is blocked, it's like you don't understand it all. So there is this kind of energy of not knowing, which is why we might have rejoice and celebration, because there might be a reconciliation here. That's probably also why we have let go of control issues, because you need to surrender to divine timing and allow the situation to unfold naturally. Maybe that's why we also have the fates, because the fates that be are going to help you guys reconcile. It's a part of your destined plan. It is happening in divine timing, but it's just, you know, out of your control, quite literally. Maybe the reason for the separation is for you to work on your own abundance. Maybe there is some release work and shadow work that needs to be done. Maybe you need to focus in on your community. Okay, so we're just kind of going all over the place, but I'm having a hard time breathing. Now it could be me because I am that way. Something about number 24. And number 7. But maybe you've been having, maybe you just need to take a breath, take a breather, and just chill for a sec, bruh. No, I'm just kidding. But we have water here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We just surpassed a really intense Pisces full moon. By intense, I mean that shit put me out. I literally was unable to do anything, like, other than work on my own spiritual work, if that makes sense. Like going live or doing a video for you guys was not an option. I had to really take time away to rest and nurture myself, because it was a lot of energy for me. I feel a lot lighter right now as we are in an Aries daily moon and we just got into Libra season. I feel much better. Maybe this is a landmark of time, or maybe you quite literally are a water sign, or maybe you're a water sign and this past full moon blocked you intuitively or made you feel some very intense feelings and emotions, and then you started to question this connection, and is it in your head and what's going on? I feel you. Jupiter also has a way of spinning things out of control and being very chaotic. I mean, look how mischievous Jupiter looks. Okay, so with the fourth chakra here, an angel of love, this is a very loving connection. We have milk and honey as well. You guys are definitely meant to be together. I think you're probably very different people. Maybe you come from very different cultural backgrounds, different ethnicities, different parts of the world, different parts of the country, whatever it may be. But you guys are centered here to meet together. Now, this is a very magical connection. I wouldn't doubt it. I feel like this person has a lot of passion for you as well. And I think that, something about this connection is very, you know, like telepathic. Like you definitely have a connection with this person. You definitely can feel each other's energy, and it might be to the point where it makes you feel crazy and you second guess yourself with crown chakra here. So let's pull your tarot so I can get more information. Okay, so this is the vice versa tarot. Like I said, whichever way it lands, I'm not going to read reversals for this one. Whichever way it lands, it matters. Group number one is this connection in their head. We have the Two of Cups on this side and not the lighter side. Doesn't mean that it's bad or dark, but it's just is what it is. I hate layering cards, but we're just gonna have to do it. I'm gonna put it right there. Is this connection in their head? We have the Hierophant. This is the Hierophant, and then this is the Hierophant that it landed on. We have the Five of Cups. This is the Five of Cups. We have the back of the Five of Cups. What happened? Did you guys get in a fight? Was there a disagreement? Is there space being taken? Is this person isolating themselves from you? I'm gonna sneeze, by the way. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, let me know if that sneeze resonated. Okay. Okay, we have Judgment. We have the front of Judgment, rather. Actually, no, we have the back of Judgment. Interesting. So far, all four cards, you are getting the back side of. Okay, so let's chill with this for a second. I actually might want to use the little book it came with for reference, because it's not a bad thing, but it is a deeper thing. You know, it's not going to be like the Two of Cups in a bad way. Like that's not how this book defines these things. But it's very interesting. So, so it doesn't look like they are defining the suits in the back. They're just kind of like, do what you will with it. So I'm gonna intuitively guesstimate, but I'm looking at the back of Hierophant and the back of Judgment so I can kind of see what this all means together. All right, you guys are kind of weird. Huh. Okay, I mean, fuck. You guys are interesting couple. Interesting connection for sure. I could see why you're here. I need to pull more freaking cards. And I will explain why I'm saying all these things, but I can see why you are here asking if this is in your head. This is a very intense connection you feel to this person. It's almost torturous how intensely you are physically and mentally bonded. Like it's like you made some sort of imprint on each other or bond. It's very, I've only had one experience like this in my life, and it didn't last and it wasn't gonna last, but that was just me. But it was so unhealthily like ridiculous how connected I was to this person, and it scared us both. But this seems to have a happy ending to it. But let's like sort through this muddle that seems to be the current. So we have the front of the Hermit. We have the back of the King of Cups. And it seems to be like driven by this person. We have the back of the Magician. They're the ones not being very clear. And so it's making you question yourself. Wow, Sam, just state the obvious. We have the front of the High Priestess. So we have the Two of Cups and we got the back of it. Now the Two of Cups is all about, you know, harmony in a connection. It is about a serene relationship, an exchange, a gift. It's about dating, but we have the back of it. So it's like you guys are in this newer part of your relationship connection. You might still be getting to know each other, but there's distance here or there's separation. So there's all this time to think and question rather than to enjoy and flirt, which is how like a normal start to a relationship usually goes. We have the Hierophant in the back, and because of this distance and separation, it makes you question the longevity of this connection. Where is it gonna go? Is there going to be a new path that emerges from this? Is there gonna be a relationship that forms? I think it's like you're both in question, and maybe you're more in question than this person. This person is more in refusal because we have the King of Cups, the back of him clarifying. So he's not facing you. I mean, they're not looking in that direction, or they're even being avoidant. They're even isolating themselves because they don't want to tear down their walls. They don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to admit their feelings. They could feel triggered that they have so many feelings, that they can feel this so deeply, and they're scared. Five of Cups is not about, you know, with the back of it, the Five of Cups in the front. Normal Five of Cups would be like really sad. There's a lot of feelings here, but we have the back of it. So the person recognizes there's a lot of feelings here, and it's almost like they're sad in advance that they don't want to get hurt. Like they're really scared of how many feelings they do have. Again, could explain as well the King of Cups facing his back towards you because they don't want to admit this is how they feel. This is what they need. This is what they want from the connection. They don't even know how to go about navigating that because you guys aren't even there yet. The back of the Hierophant in the book says it's about wisdom that hides behind hackened words of the dogma, which is, what does that mean? Hidden ideals that ask to be revealed. So this person's not revealing their bluff. You know what I'm saying? They're really hiding themselves from you so that you don't see how into you they are. Judgment, the back of it, is awareness of being desired and loved, pacification of internal conflicts, animus and anima, rationality and intuition, ambitions and pragmatism, desire to live in a new dimension. Like what? That's a lot to swallow. Awareness of being desired and loved. So they know that you have a lot of love to give. They know that you like them a lot. They know that you're into them, and they know that you're magical. They know that there's something here that is fated. They know that there's something here that is intuitive. They know that there's something here that is more than just, you know, a crush. It seems to be like love, like real milk and honey type 10 of Cups, abundant love, but they're having a tough time releasing their own past, which allows them to be open to this connection. So they're isolating themselves from you, whether they are writing it off as like, oh, we're in a long distance or separation, or quite literally like trying to avoid you. But in a spiritual sense with the Hermit, because they are trying to figure out, you know, their indifference towards their impulses and desires. It is their secret heart of the soul. They are trying to seek their own inner light. They are thinking about you. They are thinking about this connection. And the King of Cups is emotional. This is someone who, you know, wants to be in a deepened relationship of sense. And I think that they're afraid, again, it's actually quite simple, of their feelings. They're afraid of their feelings. So with the Magician here, and it's interesting, is this the Magician? He looks like the Magician, but there's a wheel, so it's like, is it the Wheel of Fortune? X is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so with the wheel here, in the back of it, it's saying that this will turn around. This person it's necessary to have the separation, whether it be prompted by the divine or themselves or whatever it is, because they're triggered and they cannot come to terms with their own sort of deep feelings for you. It's necessary to let this play out how it does, which is that let go control issues, because this person is going to come back around. Now, when they come back around, they will have a profound understanding of your dynamic, and they will seize the opportunity to be with you. And I think you know that intuitively, that they will come towards you. I think you understand, or you can even feel that this connection is not far from over at all with the High Priestess here, but you might be blocking yourself because you are logically, you're like fighting with your left and right brain. You know what I'm saying? Your logic, and you're like, well, their actions speak louder than words. Like, you know, you're having a tough time understanding this because of blockages of your own rationale. So there's this inner dilemma that you need to kind of resolve by putting logic aside and understand that this is a period of studying and preparation, whether it be release work or shadow work or whatever it is. It all has a bigger picture and meaning as to why this person has set themselves aside, or why the divine prompted to set themselves aside, or why there's this massive break or distance or separation or whatever it fucking may be. In the meantime, understand that you're bomb as fuck. You have a community that you can talk to and rely on, and maybe this is the time to spend more time with friends. And then for your mindful message, we have doing our best. We are all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along, right? We can't control everything. We can't control people. And, you know, we do what we can with what we have and what we know in the moment. And sure, things could be done better and yada, yada, yada. But like, this is actually supposed to be a divine separation, meaning it's divine. It's not supposed to be like an awful thing. It's not supposed to be this like hectic thing. It's supposed to be something that you take and, you know, love and understand and trust that there will be victory and success. You will rejoice in celebration, and everything will be good. This person's just dealing with some things, and it could just be that they're going through their own awakening. You're their first soulmate that they've encountered. They're your first person that they've had these profound feelings for, and they need to sort through those things so that they can be available for you. All right, group number one. So we are gonna extend this. If you're interested, that is linked down below. In the meantime, however, stay safe, stay healthy. I love ya, and I'll see you in your next reading or in the extended. Hello, group number two. Welcome. If you chose the rose quartz, this is for you. If you missed my little pre-shuffle, shuffle pre-party type thing, then you missed the announcement about my broken nails, so don't mind me. We are going to be talking about whether or not this connection is in your head, and you will have the option to extend, which is really an extension of the reading dependent on the answer that we get. But mostly we're gonna pull channeled messages, because what would your person say to you? You know, whether the connection is in your head and like they're leading you on, or it's not in your head and they're not giving you a lot of signals to work with, you know? So we're gonna just extend the whole thing based off the information, the vibe, all that good stuff. But I hope you guys are doing well. Let's get into it. Let's start. Okay, so to start, we have obstacles and challenges. And I'm just gonna tell you guys to pay attention to the numerology of these cards. I hate being like, number 5, obstacles and challenges. Number 9, solitude. Number 19, bingo. Like, I don't like doing all that. I feel really robotic. So just pay attention to it. I had one person comment and be like, oh my God, the order of these cards is the year that this took place. And I was like, oh my God. So that's really cool. We have caring connection, patience, and we have rest and rejuvenation. We have time for a nap. I feel you. We have not for you. We have chaos and conflict. Interesting. We have not a tiger, majesty. Not a planet, space. Not a mermaid, daring. We have darkness, beginnings, Cancer, moon, which is ruled by Cancer, retreat. This could be the one, casting spells. Okay. So let me soak up the energy. We are going to be pulling from the Vice Versa Tarot, which I'll show you in 1 second. The Vice Versa Tarot is two-sided tarot card. So it shows like a light version and a dark version of the same card. I'm not going to be reading reversals for this one, but like, let me show you. So Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups, King of Cups, the Hermit, the Hermit. Very, very interesting. It will kind of give us more information, but let's start with your oracle, you guys. So what is going on? Is this connection in your head? This is I mean, we have a lot of imagery going on here in these cards that are deep, dark, intense, and there's a lot of information being said here. Let me make sure we're all in frame. Perfect. Okay, I mean, we start with obstacles and challenges. I kind of want to reorder this. We have chaos and conflict. We have light, not for you, and time for a nap. This is a very deep connection. I mean, this affects you guys enormously, crippling almost, because you could already, as like a independent being, be a very sensitive, intuitive, all-feeling, empathic person. You could be a Cancer, you could be ruled by the moon, or your moon is in Cancer. So you already feel a lot. Now, when it comes to someone that you care about, it's amplified. And when you don't know what that person is thinking or feeling, or what you don't know if there's separation or distance, what's going on, it can really drain your energetic field to the point where you are kind of depressed. Like you want to take a nap. You don't want to deal with life. You might have a tough time finding the light. You might be sitting in the darkness, and I definitely see that there is space and retreat here, whether this person retreated from you or there is space because you guys decided to take a break, or there's a separation, or it's already a long distance and this person isn't communicating properly. This is very interesting because we have obstacles and challenges, we have chaos and conflict. So this could have been a fight that prompted some space, and it could be a time that is pretty heavy for the connection or dark in some way. But Spirit is saying to use this time, this solitude, to be patient, to rest and rejuvenate, to really use the space in your favor, to take time for a nap, like you're overworking yourself. To find the light, to understand that there is a new beginning that will emerge soon. You might not see the full picture right now, but there is underlining order to this. You know, I'm really just going off like oracle. So let me pull some tarot. Let's figure it out. Whichever way it lands is meant for you. I'm not reading reversals. So what is going on in this connection for group number 2? Is this connection all in their head? Is this connection all in their head? Okay, we have the Page of Swords on the light side. Put that right there. We have the Nine of Cups on the dark side, which doesn't mean it's dark. I'm just gonna say like the back side, I guess. It doesn't mean it's dark. Is this connection all in group number 2's head? We have the Knight of Cups on the light side. Is this connection all in group number 2's head? And we have the Five of Wands on the light side, which is the normal side. So the light side for these suits are just the normal cards that they would be, and then the dark side would be a kind of a different meaning, which would be this Nine of Cups. So it's very interesting because the one kind of really positive card we got is on the dark side. Now again, it doesn't mean it's like a dark meaning, but it does mean that there is dual energy here and that there is something deeper kind of beneath the surface. Page of Swords. If you're in no contact, this person wants to talk to you. Like, I don't think that being in no contact is ideal. And if it's something they prompted, they're gonna end it. Like they want to make a decision on something. They want to communicate with you. It's like a fast kind of way of communicating, like a text type thing, FaceTime, a DM, stuff like that. With the Knight of Cups, this person does have intention to come towards you with love. It's gonna take them a while. We're gonna figure out what the fuck's going on. But they are dedicated. They are falling in love with you. But there's conflict or a blockage here with the Five of Wands. I'm gonna have to pull more cards, honestly. We have the Nine of Cups. On the dark side, kind of representing consolidated conquest, whatever that means. Let's figure out, let's pull some more cards and clarify. Okay, we have the Lovers on the light side, or like the correct side. We have the Knight. We have the Knave of Cups on the dark side. Okay, all right, we're getting some information. We have the Six of Swords on the dark side. Again, sorry I keep saying dark side, but backside. I'm just gonna say backside. Which is not a bad thing, because when you have a primarily negative card and it's on the backside, like the Six of Swords is not necessarily the most positive. It seems like they're emerging. Like it's not like going away, which is the Six of Swords. It's more like emerging, like coming towards. So there is an emergence happening here. We have this darkness and we have the light, and it's like you guys have been in the dark about the connection with this person, but there's gonna be a new beginning very soon that seems to want to come through for you. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so this is what's going on. This connection is not in your head. And the reason it feels that way is because this person is not expressing themselves to you or communicating. They're like holding a poker face. They're not being very open about their cards. They have feelings for you. They care a lot for you, but they're showing you almost the opposite. Very immature, by the way. This is like when a little boy hits you on the playground and the teacher is like, it's because he likes you. It's like very conflicting energy. It's like they might be not treating you well, which by the way, no excuse for. So if they are toxic or abusive, this is not for you. Leave the situation immediately. But if it's just that they're not expressive, that's kind of a different story. But this person's emotionally stunned. They're emotionally blocked. Now, it could be that having such deep feelings triggers them because they come from a bad example of love, like they're like children of divorce, or they've had really bad relationships, or whatever it is. So let's say they separated themselves from you, they took some space apart. They're gonna talk to you very soon. They're gonna communicate with you. This person, it's not like they've been happy with the Nine of Cups on the backside here. It's not like they've been chilling, happy, like fuck all y'all, or fuck you, group number two, at all. It's not like they took this space to retreat and they've been happy about it. They've actually been very like conflicted. They've been actually going through multiple challenges, maybe even personal obstacles and challenges within their own life. This is something that they've had to really work through and sort through on their own. It hasn't been a walk in the park, and that's why we have the Nine of Cups. But it has been like a necessary evil. It has been something where they are trying very hard to find happiness and come towards you with the Knight of Cups offer, because they are falling in love for you, and they realize that they have these deep feelings that are emerging, and in one way they're very conflicted, and another way that they know that there's pressure to make a decision on this. They know that they can't leave you hanging, because you know, if they want to be in a relationship with you, they can't like ghost you. Like, how does that work? So this person knows what the lover is, that they want to be with you. They are aware of that. They know that there's been conflict, and they need to close up that gap, because that's not gonna, you know, you're not gonna be very open to them coming back at you if they're like, oh, I love you, I want to be in a relationship with you. They've been ignoring you. Like, that's not gonna work in their favor, and they know that, so they know that they have to kind of communicate. And we have the Page of Cups in the back version, and that kind of represents to me that this person has just been emotionally stumped. Like, they're curious and they definitely have love for you, but they are trying to avoid those feelings, or maybe they needed to take space to realize that they really did have those feelings. And with the Six of Swords here, instead of it being the Six of Swords in the front, which is about kind of taking that necessary distance, it's about like change, it's about moving away from something, like they're kind of running away from it. They're emerging towards you, and it's interesting because they have a cup in their hands, and it's a swords card. So it's like this person, it took this necessary distance, and now they need to come back towards you. They've made a decision that they want you, that they want balance in this situation. They no longer want this stagnation with the Four of Pentacles. They have different foresight. They have a different vision. So in the meantime, it's like what Spirit is saying to you is to not cast spells unconsciously about this connection. Like, oh, this sucks. This isn't, you know, working out. We have the words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe I attract more of. So I shift my story from the lack of abundance, from victim to empowered, and from compliant to gratitude. Now when I speak to others through my words, I'm casting beautiful spells. So this person is like realizing that, or maybe, yeah, they're realizing that they have these deep feelings for you, that they need to act on it, and they need to stop being so avoidant, and they are realizing that you are their light, that they want to come towards you. In the meantime, in this distance, in this separation, don't cast spells to your friends like this person sucks, we're never gonna be together, or whatever it is. Just kind of like take a nap, take some time to be in this solitude, use this time for self-care, rest and rejuvenation, trust in this new beginning. Try to find yourself out of this darkness or self-doubt. This is a caring connection. It requires patience. And I think that everything honestly will be fine. With the not for you card, oracle card that we got, I think it's like, it's not for you to be so upset about whether it works or it doesn't. Like, this person needs to be the one that's stressed out, not you. Like, they need to be the one that is stressed out about losing you, not the other way around. So stand in your power, and understand that you have it in your hands, literally. All right, group number 2. So this connection is not in your head, trust me. This could be the one, and this could definitely result in something really beautiful. And we're going to expand on that in the extended. We're also going to pull channeled messages. So what would this person say to you? That is linked down below in the extended. In the meantime, however, stay safe, stay healthy. I love you, and I'll see you in the extended. Hi, group number 3. Welcome. If you chose the pink opal version number 2, this is for you. So we are going to be talking about, is this connection all in your head? If you missed my little pre-shuffle TED talk, then you missed me ranting about my broken nails, so don't mind me. You will have the option to extend. We are going to extend this reading, and we're going to do channeled messages, and it's all going to depend on what this person, if this is in your head or if it's not, and that's the direction we'll go in, and we'll dig deeper into it, and then we're going to do channeled messages on like what they would say to you. So let's get into it. All right, so to start, we have rest and rejuvenate, fulfillment of wishes, so many oracle, by the way, accelerated motion, the garden and the gate, adjacent possibilities, the thinking woman, deep knowing, loyal heart, blessed, not a peacock, beauty, not a swing, choice, resilience, faith, Also, pay attention to the numerology of the cards. I'm not gonna like keep saying it. I sound so robotic when I'm like, number 22, blessed. Number 17, it's like I'm a bingo narrator person. Okay, we have Scorpio, Taurus, we have worth waiting for, past life connection. And for your mindful message, we have magic. Okay. All right, let me make sure we are in frame. All right, group number 3. So, is this connection all in your head? We are going to be using the vice versa tarot, which is, they have a flip side because there's 2 sides to every story. So this is the Lovers, this is the back of it, this is the front of it, Knight of Cups, back of it, front of it. You get the picture. I'm not going to read reversals. We're just going to figure out how it lands and take it from there. So you could be a Scorpio, they could be a Scorpio. You could have Taurus in your chart, they could have a Taurus in their chart. But what a duo, Taurus, Scorpio. Definitely a match, but definitely quite a duo. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say this is not all in your head. This is definitely a deep connection. There's definitely something here that is very tangible. You are not fantasizing this. You're not imagining this. You guys definitely share a very deep connection. And the reason why it might seem like it's in your head could be because you feel conflicted in your thought. I think you have a deep knowing that it's not in your head, but I think that you guys might be pretty guarded with the garden and the gate, and you might not trust yourself or your own feelings because you don't want to get hurt ultimately. So you're very cautious when proceeding. You're a really resilient person and you've been through a lot and you don't want to get hurt again. So I think sometimes your like logical or rational mind has a tendency to try and make things seem not as big as they are. For example, this connection, like there's something very deep here. There's something very magical here. You know it, they know it, the spirit knows it, but I feel like sometimes you try to convince yourself that's not the case because it would be easier to run away from this than it would be to go towards it. And that's why we have adjacent possibilities here, because there are many different variants in which maybe in a certain parallel world, you made a choice to not pursue this, and maybe you made a choice to pursue this. But I honestly think this is a soul connection, and that's what gives it its intensity. It's also what gives it its magic here. But I definitely feel like this is a blessed connection. We have fulfillment of wishes, loyal hearts, blessed, faith. I mean, I think that there is something here, and I do see movement forward with accelerated motion, with choice. I don't know if you guys are in a current separation or there is distance, but maybe that distance or separation is creating a space in which you have too much time on your hands to think and second guess, and you're conflicted between what you kind of know deeply. Like, it's that High Priestess card I'm getting. It's like you're paying too much attention to your brain and not enough to your intuition. Like, you feel a little blocked. And really, this space and the separation isn't supposed to serve you in a negative way, and that you're overthinking with the thinking woman, but it's supposed to be a thing in which you rest and rejuvenate, and you take time to nurture your garden and yourself. So let's see what your tarot has to say. Is this connection all in group number 3's head? Is this connection in group number 3's head? Okay, we have the back of Temperance. Very interesting. So that's the front of Temperance, and then this is the back, and I'll define what that means. But we have the back of Temperance, and it doesn't mean it's negative, it just means it's deeper, there's more to it. We have that High Priestess, because what did I say? I felt it, I kind of knew it was gonna come up intuitively. We have the Nine of Wands, the front of the Nine of Wands. We have the back of the World. So let's work with these, and if we need to, we'll pull more. Okay, so the back of Judgment, what does that mean? Let's look it up. Or of Temperance, my bad, Temperance. Okay, so healing of the ego's wounds, the secret of harmony, the natural movement of opposites that are transformed into each other in an endless flow. Huh. Healing of the ego's wounds, the secret of harmony. The secret of harmony is that the natural movement of opposites are transformed into each other in an endless flow. Taurus, Scorpio definitely sits opposite from each other on the zodiac chart. You could quite literally be opposites in how you feel for each other. This is very twin flame type vibe here. Okay, let's dig into it more. We have that High Priestess popping up, which, you know, I kind of mentioned before we even pulled it, and it talks about not trusting your own judgment because you're allowing your logic to kind of overrule. So inner dilemma to be resolved by leaving logic aside, duplicity of perception and sentiment, period of study and preparation. So this is a time and the space is making you kind of overthink. We have that Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands can talk about overcoming a difficulty, but it can talk about a choice that needs to be made, and we have choice here. Okay, we have the World, which is a really big and significant card, but the back of it. And this is a final destination of a journey, even reached without realizing it. Putting oneself at the service of others without identifications, freedom from every type of imprisonment. Okay, these are deep. I gotta pull more. I need more information. So let's get some more information. All right, we have the King of Cups, which is, this is the front of it. I'm gonna try and make room here because I know that will be a little cut off. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the front of it. We have Judgment, the front of it. Okay. And then we have the Two of Cups, the back of it. All right, so this person has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. And instead of letting you onto them, they are retreating and hiding from them because they are afraid of it. But don't take their space, their retreatment, this separation as them not being loyal. This person is very loyal to you, and they do know in their mind that they're in love with you and that they want a future with you. Some of you are already in a relationship. Some of you are definitely headed into a relationship. This is a fulfillment of some sort of wish, maybe on both sides. Maybe this person prayed for somebody like you to be in their life. maybe you prayed for someone like them to be in their life, but this is a very blessed connection. There is a lot of beauty here. Both of you are guarded, however, and both of you have been very resilient in other connections or relationships or surviving a lot of pain and heartbreak. And so you're both very cautious when proceeding. You're also opposites, and that is why you attract to each other. But the opposite comes in the form of expression. You both express yourselves very differently, if at all, to each other, and you operate differently, which makes it seem like you guys aren't sharing love together. But remember that just because someone doesn't have the same love language as you doesn't mean that it's not there. I really truly believe that this person has very deep, profound feelings for you. They think that you're really gorgeous and beautiful, and they know that you are worth pursuing, but they also sense that you are guarded. And I think that they also have this deep knowing that it will work out. Maybe there was some sort of decision that had to be made, but I think that decision is in transition, and that's even without you guys knowing with the back of the world here that there has been a completion of this cycle. So this has been something that is worth waiting for, which is why faith is involved, and there's this need for having it, faith. You guys are going to have a very profound relationship, one that could be very long, maybe even lead to marriage. With the Ten of Pentacles, it also shows me with past life connection that you have had many relationships with this person in multiple lifetimes. So this longevity is represented through not just this incarnation, but multiple incarnations. And I do think there is more to see here, which is why we have accelerated motion. There is more to learn here between each other, because we have judgment, we have the front of it. So I do see that you guys will be reconciling, but I think it's almost even by design, by divine. This is kind of a new beginning, being forged from something that maybe you guys believed was lost or dead. The Two of Cups and having the backside of it, this isn't like Two of Cups, like, oh, super jolly, we're gonna date and blah, 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 and flirt. This is not as light as a normal connection. This is already very profound. This is already very intense, but it's not a negative thing. It just means that you guys have really deep feelings for each other, maybe a lot quicker or faster than normal relationship progression. You know, like usually boy meets girl and girl is asked out by boy, and it's like very simple and linear, and this has not been the case. It's been very complicated. You can feel this person's energy. It's very telepathic. It can be heavy sometimes. It can be dark. There can be a lot of things that are not easily understood, but that doesn't make it bad or negative. It just means that you guys are discovering a kind of soulmate connection that has lived many lives together in previous incarnations. So you are approaching it at a time where it is heavier than normal. But this is worth waiting for, and I do think that this is a blessed connection. I do think that you know that already and have that deep knowing. I think you need to keep the faith on this one because it is moving forward. This is a fulfillment of some sort of wish. And we have magic here for your mindful message. There is magic and miracles all around. Where others see coincidence, I see evidence of life synchronicities. I love filling with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. So there's magic here. There really is. Don't deny the magic, okay? All right, you guys, so I'm gonna extend this. This is gonna lead to the extension where we're gonna do channeled messages and kind of figure out what this person would say to you. What would this person say to you? That is linked down below. In the meantime, however, stay safe, stay healthy. I love you, and I'll see you in the extended.